Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Intanger here, making another video on Ark. This time I'm on the PC version, where things aren't quite as dire as they are on the PlayStation front. They did make saves available of all of the worlds. All of the, server saves are available, and I downloaded the server save for my main base here. This is my main base unofficial on PC. This is the one I've been using for the last many months. And I don't think I actually ever put a video up about it. I think I started recording a few videos and I messed something up and then I just scrapped it and I never put it online. But while it's still up in all of its glory, I guess I better actually put it online before, just in case something doesn't work out well with the backups. So this is it. This is my main base on Ocean on Genesis, and this biome, it really just has one of the most epic. It's just one of the most beautiful looking places in the whole game. When I first started on this map, I actually climbed up this very mountain right here, this location, and I just loved the view. It was just so killer. And in order to get up here, I actually pillared my way up with like 500 wooden pillars all the way from the bottom because there was no way to get up here otherwise. Wooden pillared my way all the way up. From way down there. I pillared up to about here. I I moved over to this location there where I'm aiming there. And then I went out over this and went all the way up here. It was a really ridiculously elaborately tall, like multi-structured method to get way up here. And then when I did, I built a little overlooking, shanty hut over here. Overlooking this great view, and thought maybe I'd do something with it later, and I never did. So it later decayed, and then I played on it like many more times, and I never actually built up here, even though this was my original dream spot. And so finally when I came to PC and I got tired of Crystal Isles and wanted to build here for all the conveniences, like it's got hex, it's got the hex market, it's got a ridiculously easy source for element, just enormous amounts of elements. So yeah, I wanted to move here, and it's been great, other than the fact that it's dead ass quiet all the time. There's almost nobody else on this server, and the few that there are, they might not speak English, and so it's been pretty quiet, but it's definitely been a great view. It's been super convenient, and I just make outposts on other servers when I want to go mingle with friends or others. So yeah, this is the official version. And they've done one of the final saves. They're supposed to do another final save. I'm probably going to keep this going to the very end, just in case somebody wants to do something, somebody needs a hand with something. I've got a base of operations over here. Let me show you some of my other stuff. Oh yeah, actually, let me show you the tour around this base first. And this is my final and favorite version of the build, more or less, except for it doesn't have the dino hangar. I do like the dino hangar version that I have on other videos, where there's a big area down below down here of behemoth gates and plenty of room to raise stuff. This one does not have plenty of room to raise stuff. It's got some, but for larger raising projects I go somewhere else. I'll show you that later. But yeah, this one, it's got a lot of cool features that I've only recently added. Like I've got a teleporter set into the floor right here, so that it doesn't look as ugly and it doesn't sit up on top of the stone. It's like merged in under the stone. I think it's pretty cool. It's very convenient. It's got a little water on top of here too. And right here in the middle here, I've got a little hatch that opens up and has all these really well densely packed troughs, like right up next to this same level here. And I've got my generator here in the middle. So I've got all that nicely tucked in there, so I can hide it when it's not needed and it doesn't look so ugly. Got all my trophy flags. I've got a lot of the trophy heads. Pretty much any of the heads that can be moved over here, I've got them over here. And let's get this stupid jerk out of the way. I've got a whole bunch of I've got all of the artifacts that you can have on this map are over here, except for I think Artifact of the Lost. It can only be on Crystal Isles, I guess. You can't copy it over here. I tried over and over. It will not let me transfer it, so I just put that one instead. But yeah, I've got all the other ones. I've got aberrations, extinctions, scorched earths, and all of the regular vanilla ones. Is it saving? Yeah. These are the regular scorched earth. I mean, not, these are regular vanilla ones. Oops. Flag warp. And they're here too. So It's got a little bit of a trophy display action going on. And then, like I mentioned in my other video, on the versions where I don't have the dino hanger, I just have all this cryo storage here in the middle. And this is longer than normal. This is, good 6 ceilings wide instead of some of the other versions that are shorter. So I got plenty of width here for a ton of cryo storage. Tons of it. And these are all, most of these are labeled. I've got like different use cases labeled on one side and some more on the other, and in the back I'll have stuff like specifically for like extra Rexes and Shadow Mates. So it's pretty well organized. I only have 2 incubators in this build because if I need a third for some reason I'll pop it out here, but usually 2 is plenty enough for the level of scale I was dealing with here. So I just got the 2. And then just like on my other one, I got all the storage areas over here. I got my robot, and I've got the same sort of layout that I had on the other map, where I've got all the, what I already talked about with the weapons, tools, armors, flak and tack, and saddles and boss saddles. And then I got extra overflows over here. So it's really well organized. It's really easy to find anything I ever need. I know exactly where it is because I've used this same sort of design 100 times now. Well, not 100, but like literally like 8 or something like that. So each time I build this build, I improve upon it. Like I've got all the best features involved in this version. Like this is snapping to fence foundations that are hidden under the floor. I've got that on all the dino gates, so you don't see a bunch of them sticking through. But I didn't bother on it with the walls because it's unnecessary, and plus it makes the walls set lower, so you can actually still see it on the walls, those fence foundations. This one's got working beer barrels where I can make beer. I got them stacked up on there. Got a ton of beer. This one's got tech. It's got tech crop plots instead of the regular crop plots, which I usually use. These, even though it makes the vegetables look smaller and makes the greenhouse look less bushy and vibrant, they're just so convenient because they hold so much more. And with servers going down, and it does weird things to the timers, and it's still doing it, where, as you can see, a whole lot of these have disappeared or expired, even though these are supposed to be refrigerating. Often they'll usually work a lot better than regular crop plots, just because of the server's wacky about how it keeps track of how much time has passed when servers are resetting and going down and stuff. If you haven't checked it, it does weird things. So these work a lot better in general, but they're still not perfect apparently. You just got a larger threshold for them failing on you. I've got a Fiender basically integrated into the kitchens here. So yeah, this is my kitchen. I've got plenty of things for cooking. I got a bunch of cooking ingredients. I got eggs. I got brews. Usually I have the eggs on this one, but I guess I cooked them all up, and then I just started using it for brews and vegetables and whatnot. I got foods and adventuring materials that I'll need for going out, and then I got kibbles. But yeah, it's I'm getting a little too deep into this here too, aren't I? But yeah, it's just I'm really proud of this build. It's the final iteration of the build, and it's worked so well for me for so many years. And I guess this is the last time I'm going to be touring it on this version of the game anyway. So I figured I'd get in a little bit more detail. And so yeah, that's this location way up here on top of this cliff. And let me show you something real quick with the foundations. So the foundations are similar to the ones I just showed in my last video, where these would sprawl down the side of a mountain, but on this one it's relatively flat up here, so I don't have to sprawl it down. It's not as complicated to connect these, but it's using the same method where it's connecting fence foundation to fence foundation, chaining them together, and then pinning every third junction, 1, 2, 3, with the pillar. That's the minimum amount of foundational support you need, is every third junction like that. And then it's all connecting to a floor here, which has a fence foundation attached to it, and then I just bridge up all the way up into there. I used to be able to take this all the way up, but I never actually used it, so I covered it with the trough instead when I had to renovate to put that teleporter in there. But yeah, same foundation system, but in a lot easier application here. And it works obviously just as well. Let me show you some other cool builds I have on this server. So this is my main base, but I also have a water platform over here. I used to have a water base too, but I broke it on accident. can't go there anymore. All of these guys are just laying eggs for anybody who wants to come and get them. If you still play on PC, Arc PC, this is a World, what is it called? 592, Gen 1. You can come over here, you can go to Ocean South, use my teleporter there, get all the free eggs you want. These are 450 car char eggs. So you grab a bunch of these, you can level up really far, really quick. And I'm just going to leave those on the ground because they'll just make more. These are my top stat car chars that I mutated. Well, not mutated. I merged with some really cool colors. So I got these from these guys called New Life. They were making their stats available and the 450s available. So I got their top stats and I merged them with these cool colors that I got from this other dude on this server here. And I also merged some white horns in on them that you can see on the top. White horns. These things look super cool. And they're definitely my favorite car char ever. They're super awesome. I have some high leveled ones. I haven't really had anything to do with them though, but they're basically really pretty much as good as car chars are going to get on this cluster anyway. And they look killer, man. I love the look of them. I call them Diablos. And yeah, so that's what this place is for, is breeding car chars, cloning stuff, and additional cryo storage, because I got a mountain of cryo storage here too. Basically, I kept salvaging cryopods from people who are quitting and leaving their stuff, so I just ended up adding so much cryo storage everywhere. And this is like, you know, basically a breeding and storage location. And check out some of my other cool stuff on this server. This is Ocean South. If you come to the server and you warp to Ocean South, you can walk right out on these platforms that go into the no build zone. This is when I made a video like how to do this, where you can reach into the no build zone. I can't remember if this was actually the same spot I built in the video, or if it's just a similar method. But yeah, it reaches into the no build zone, and otherwise it's just floating out here over the over the side of the cliff here, which is pretty cool. And I've got it all on public, and you can use the transmitter and everything. Yeah, got something in there. So it does. I guess somebody used it and left a bunch of extra element. I'll just leave that there. I've got some other cool locations here. Check this one out. I put this teleporter right in the middle of this volcano, pool of lava. There's not a lot of free teleporters in the volcano region anymore. There was a handful more, but they turned them all off or they quit. Yeah, this map has some of the most scenic biomes in the whole game. I really love I don't like the way that you have to go between them by warping and all that sort of stuff, but I do love the look of them, man. And they're so immersive because they have those skyboxes that go off into the distance and just continue the look of the biome. They look amazing. I love it. Look at the light shafts coming through. Looks like it's about to go off. Or is it going off? Or is it about to go off? I don't know. Let's get out of here. Anyway, oh yeah, check out this one more teleporter I have. This was a bizarre project. I wanted to just do it just to see if I could do it. I've got a couple like this actually. Actually, let me show you the other one first, because this one's even more extreme. But yeah, this one is another one that was really hard to build. I'm a mile up this weird metal structure that's over the bog beatdown location. Because there's actually a glitch in bog beatdown where you can reset your elixirs and use them again and again. So I come here and full imprint my babies a lot. And I wanted to be able to get here and leave again. So I built this a mile and a half up over the world, over top of the no build zone and everything. Just shy. Some people say they don't like Genesis because you can't fly. What am I doing right now? I'm flying. Flying no problem. But yeah, I built this up here using a trick that I was surprised to see somebody else had already built up here. These are not mine. Somebody else was already up here before. He built up here using some method. I don't know what method, but the method I used was ridiculously difficult. It's not supposed to be that hard, but just the timing of it is so hard to get right that it took me like, I don't know, 20 minutes just to get these few structures up here. So I don't know how he got up here. I would imagine it was an easier method, because otherwise, well, first of all, not many people know about this method, and I don't know. Just have a hard time believing he pulled it off. But somebody was already up here, believe it or not. But yeah, for this other build, I used an even more obscure method that I don't think anybody else knows about. Only I, as far as I know how to do it, because I discovered it myself, and I don't think anybody else ever has. But look at this teleporter over the no build zone over Ocean East. This is unofficial too. And it's literally just like sitting right on top of the no build zone. And as far as I know, nobody knows how to do this, and it was actually super ridiculously inconvenient actually to get it up here. It took me a good hour, and a lot of it's kind of ridiculous. But look at it; it looks super cool. Nobody else, unless you have a way to fly up there like this, then it might not be that actually that useful to anybody else. I couldn't bridge down there. You can't bridge down at that angle; it's too sharp. And I tried to bridge from, further out. You just can't bridge that far in. It's way too far. So I just left it floating on top like this, and just kind of built it just for the challenge of it. It's kind of funny. Ah, no. But yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff I have on this server. I've got one more spot I thought I might build something cool in on top of another one of these pillars, but I never did, and it's pretty much the end here now, so I'm not going to do it. There is one more cool thing I can show you that I didn't build, but hopefully it's still there. Somebody else built it. It's a really cool build, and it's down here. It's still here. So I showed off another cool build on the server. I don't know, a few months ago, where it was in one of those underground water caves, and it was just this insanely elaborate build that just goes on and on. Super cool. This one is by a different creator. It's not the same guy. He built this like big, I don't know, Forbidden Palace looking build here on top of this box. It takes a long time to load in, but it is very cool. I mean, it's very shiny, very pretty. It's got a cool style. He put a lot of work into it, obviously. He's got all these cool things on the ridges with these phoenixes and stuff. I mean, it's just a lot of elaborate little touches to it. Hey, what's that doing there? What the hell? How is that there? And why is that there? That's weird. And what a stupid thing to have in there. I don't know how those got there. I don't remember those being there. And it's not his. I don't know. Maybe some dumb ally of his. Why he would leave those there is beyond me. But yeah, it's still loading in. But look how cool this place is. Very colorful. Very cool look to it. Hey, what is this? I don't remember this either. Hey, these are new. Let's go look inside. Aw, man, it's locked. Thought I would be able to get in there. Maybe I can do it on the server back up. Because, yeah, I've never actually seen inside. Well, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on in there. But the outside is very elaborate. It looks really cool. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. I guess as far as the tours go, that's the official... final official tour here, I guess. Because, yeah, I'm not going to put any more effort in on over here. The downside of having your teleporter on the floor like that is every time you load in, it shows you falling for a little while before you warp back up. But, Anyway, yeah, I did manage to get this loaded onto a single-player save from the backup that they made available, and I used this mod called Structure Saver to copy most of this stuff over, but it leaves a handful of things out, like all the names. It leaves all the names out. It leaves all the skins out. It leaves all the Daddy Box's contents out. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's pretty complete. It almost has everything, almost. Just a few things, which is kind of a shame that it just leaves just those few. You know, some of that's kind of important. Daddy Boxes, it's kind of important, man. People use Daddy Boxes. And since I've named like all of these cryo fridges, I mean, I did like to have the names on there. And it didn't save those, which is, I mean, I can copy them over, I guess, but it would have been cool if it done it. But other than that, it saved all the cryo fridge contents. It saved almost everything. It was pretty impressive how many things it did save. So it got all the colors right and everything. So for the most part, I've got a pretty good backup for my single player save that doesn't involve the entire rest of the world, thanks to the Structure Saver. And I can load it up on single player anytime I want to reminisce or build onto it, or I don't know, do whatever. So I've got a copy that I can keep for myself, which makes me happy because I'm a bit of an archivist. You know, I like to be able to have a copy of all my old saves, even if I don't go back to them. You know, I still have my old Final Fantasy saves. I have my old Chrono Trigger saves. I have my PlayStation 1 saves. I have all these old saves, and I don't ever use them, but I don't know, it just gives me a sense of satisfaction to to have them. And they don't let you save your PlayStation 4 saves, which is annoying. I mean, what if there's an emulator later that lets you play PlayStation? I don't know. I guess there's nothing I can really do with them. It would have been nice if I could have got them. So it is nice that they made the PC version saves available, so at least we can grab down a copy and revisit our creations and our worlds, and just have that little piece of memorabilia. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. I hope y'all are having fun out there. Hope y'all are dealing with the shutdown of the end of the world of Ark a little, doing well with it. I mean, I don't know, it's a shame, it really is, but as I said in the last video, all good things come to an end. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna make my single player saves, and I'm gonna wait for something new to come along. Alright guys, have a good one. See you next time. Bye.